anyone looking to play through the adventure campaign or run Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden, it can't be done without these WizKids minis from that series. Well, you know, it can be, but really, why do it any other way but in style? So I'm going to take you through and take a look at the minis that I have. Let's get this big one right out of the way. I know you're drooling over it. So this is a young adult white dragon. And this is a huge base. Let me just go right out of the gate and tell you how awesome I love these clear bases. Look at that. No matter what terrain it's on, you can see through the terrain. So that's perfect. Even if I want to show you what it looks like on felt, there it is. If you had a flight stand, say from Axe and Shield, you'll be able to see through. So this mini is really tremendous. Anyway, this is an amazing dragon. Give you a good long look. Look at that. Look into the eyes of the dragon in despair. All right, I love it. I'm just gonna he's gonna fly over here. Look at this, using these WizKids ice wall pieces, wall of ice pieces. All right, what do you want to see next? You want to see how about these little dudes here? So this is a Gnomeceramorph. Yeah, I have the book, but I haven't really read through it thoroughly. This is like a little mind flayer. Maybe you use it exactly what it is in the book, or maybe in one of your games, among the Mind Flayer community, there is a stunted Mind Flayer, and he's more power hungry and powerful than all the rest. The Tyrion Lannister of Mind Flayers. The Gnome Squidling. Alright, I don't even know what that is, because I haven't read that far in the book. But look at that mini. That is really cool. It's cute like Baby Yoda. So we have these two nomads, one with a spear, one with a dagger. And they've got these masks on. And look, it looks like they have bear claws on their gauntlet. Very cool. Push these over here. Let's go back big again. Something big. The Winter Wolf. This is really, there's several Winter Wolves that I have. One from the old D&D minis, one from the Pathfinder series. This one really is the best one so far, I think. Let's bring the Durgar up. Some people say it differently. I have players in my game that say Duergar. Some people say Dugar. I say Durgar. So this is the Durgar Mind Mage. Oh, Mind Master. Okay. He's a Mind Master. Look at the little detail. Look at the ring on his finger. And look at this guy. Sinister. He's got long white nails. And he is a named mini. Zardarok Sunblight. He's got a frosty cloak. This guy could really be used in any campaign. Same here. He doesn't have to be used in a frosty locale. Here we have an Granger. And look at the detail. Let's look at the face in the paint and the tusks. You can really see those eyes. He's got a smart little haircut. He's, quite fearsome. Is it? But what a good mini. That axe, though. Here we have the Crag Cat leaping in the air. This is a really nice mini. Looks all furry, sturdy base mounting its leap. And this makes a great animal companion, or, whatever it is featured in the book. Again, I haven't read too far into the book, so I have not come across this particular creature. This guy is a lover. He's not a fighter. Look at him. He's playful. Or maybe a fireball was cast at him, or a firebolt, and it hit his bottom. And now he's like dragging himself across the snow to like extinguish the flame. And that's really a cry of anguish as his biscuits are burning, as Yosemite Sam would say. But what a cool mini. I have a feeling, and I haven't read too far, but I have a feeling that this guy is meant to be a friendly encounter rather than a fierce one. So I didn't have a Mammoth mini before, so this is a very cool one to have. Let's take a look. Looks really, really good. Love the clear base, and let's get a medium-sized mini in here for you to compare the size you can see. I mean, think about the people who used to hunt mammoths. That would have been terrifying. So I don't think a couple peanuts are going to satisfy this guy when you're coming at him with a spear. This is the Null Hunter. This is one of the best Archer Null minis that I have seen. I love it. There are two different versions. I didn't get the one with the white fur and the frosty cape, but either of them could be used in your Icewind Dale or traditional campaign. I love these minis. We have the Human Trapper and the Human Hunter. Just really good detail just to distinguish their location in the world. I mean, you're not from the south if you are wearing these kind of cloaks with antlers sticking up out of them. I mean, if maybe you're playing a ranger and you can switch out your mini when you go into a period of time in your campaign where you're in the cold lands with these minis, or maybe you're just using them entirely for an Icewind Dale campaign. Love them. They look great, and again, you can see details on the face, which I love. Here are a couple named minis. Must be characters from the book. And look at, she's got like a little squirrel on her shoulder. Maybe that's what it is, or a ferret. I don't know. I haven't read that far in the book. But she looks like she's got some sort of goggles on. And I'm really interested now to go and read and find out more about this character. Let's see. Nas Lantmere. Then we have Avarice, who is a tiefling, perhaps a warlock or sorcerer. I love the paint scheme, getting away from the red or purple skin and doing something different. Looks really good. I'm not sure what the character is in the book, but this would be a great either straight up NPC out of the campaign or a player character in a campaign. We've got some animals in this, including the knucklehead trout. It's just, I guess these guys are savage man-eaters. That's my understanding. If I'm wrong, I got some bad information. I have not read about them yet. And I just love this little guy, the Arctic fox. I didn't have a fox mini before. This could be a fox. You could use it as a coyote. You could use it as a wolf cub. Here are two kobolds. One is a kobold mountaineer. Okay, that's pretty good. Kobold mountaineer. He likes to go rock climbing. And then maybe this is the same character after he's become a vampire, because this is a kobold vampire spawn. But it could just be like a feral kobold, a deranged kobold. Something Gollum-esque about his pose. Yes, yes. The rhyme, my precious. Here are some small creatures, these chewingas or shawingas, whatever they are. One with an icicle staff. And look, that's translucent like ice. I love it. One with a snowball. That's going to be fun. Imagine these little guys coming out and just hurling snowballs at your player characters. And then, of course, look, the yeti tyke. Look how cute that guy is. He's like ready to be picked up and loved, or ready to like be a brave, stalwart companion for your players. WizKids has done a number of night hags, and hags are always good to have. But you could also use this if you were playing a tiefling. You're playing a tiefling sorcerer or wizard. Here we have a Goliath. Now, don't worry about his staff. I dip him in some boiling water, shape the staff, and then run it under cold water, and he's going to be perked up immediately. I just haven't done that yet, but I love how he has this hood made from a polar bear. Look at that. And that is badass. And look at his shield covered with some hide and some animal claws. Just really great detail on this guy. And then maybe he's turned into a werebear, because here we have the Goliath werebear. Check that out. Again, loving the clear base. Look at this guy. He's very modest, wearing coverings to prevent you from seeing the fur beneath. but he's a really cool mini. I love that axe. Look at the detail on that axe. They didn't have to do that. They could have went smooth, but WizKids went the extra mile. I appreciate that. Here we have the abominable yeti, and this mini. Let's get some perspective here. Let's put this mini here. Is huge. On a huge base, you can occupy that space right there. And that's a massive, ferocious mini. And he can twerk. Another good addition to the animal collection is to have a reindeer. Maybe your druid wants to shapeshift into a reindeer, or you could use it, as a regular deer or an elk. Okay, this is the orca. This one cracks me up because it just makes me think of the Simpsons episode where Mo Sizlak was smuggling killer whales. But look at the detail. You can see its body coming up through the water. Here's a knoll that looks like it's demonic or possibly vampiric. Again, I haven't read the campaign, so I don't know, but I'm going to say vampiric since we have a vampiric kobold. And he's just gnarly. So I'm a big fan of 5th edition goblins in the look, because I think they don't look super cartoony, but they look nasty and mischievous. This one is a snow goblin, and I love that he's got the fur cape and this skull helm, and he looks ready for action. So here we have the Lynn Harpel, obviously a named character. I'm assuming a magic user, a wizard, from the book she's reading, and the fact that she carries a staff. But this is a really cool character for an NPC or a player character if you are not playing the Icewind Dale campaign. You can never have too many wolves when you are running D&D games. And this is a wolf. Nice detail. He looks intense. It's good if you have an animal companion, or if your character is a druid and can shape change. Here we have the Brittle Maiden. So this is obviously a specific piece to the campaign, but if you're not running the campaign, think about the possibilities here. This could be a glass golem, an ice sculpture, a statue. Lots of possibilities, lots of versatility. So I don't know what this one is per se in the book. It's called Winter's Womb, but what an incredible little mini. I'm sure it's fantastic to have if you're running the campaign, which I will be, but this could also be so useful in your homebrewed campaigns. It could be a Lich's Phylactery. It could be, a magic item of some importance that the players must acquire or destroy. Just a really cool, interesting piece. I believe this is a new monster, the Frost Salamander, which is cool. It could also be a Behir, right? I don't have a Behir. I could also use it as that. I mean, I'd be forcing my players to do a little flexing of their imagination, but again, this is a really, look at that hideous face, and you don't want to see that emerging from a snowdrift at you. And again, I love, let's see, that clear base that you can look through and see the map and terrain below. So now we have the Tomb Trapper, which is a huge mini. It's massive, and it's just terrifying. Its ribs and abdomen are opening up to reveal rows and rows of teeth. Its head looks like it's draped in flesh from its body. It's got a massive maw. This creature is the stuff of nightmares. So if you're familiar with the book cover for Icewind Dale, Rime with Frost Maiden, this is the figure dominating the cover. And this is the cold crone. Look at that translucent cloak. Look at that. Reaching out for your players. I look forward to finding out more about this character. This really is a must-have. You know, unless you got to do something, you know, like make your players use their imagination to see the villain. No. Why do that when you can plunk this down on the table and have the image leap off the pages of the book and onto your gaming table? So I saved my favorite one for last. Look at this. The skeletal frost giant. He's got some sort of creature's skull as a shoulder guard. He's got tattered clothing. He's massive. Look at this. Should terrify your players. And this mini will just get lots of use for people who love using undead in the campaigns. And I mean, what DM doesn't love using undead in their campaigns? So there it is. I hope you enjoyed the close-up preview of these minis. Maybe you were on the fence thinking about picking some up, and maybe this is what pushes you over the edge, and you're like, you know what? I need to have a snowy owl bear or some nomads or winter wolves. And these minis are going to be great not only for the campaign, but for any campaign that you run. Lots of use, lots of variety to throw into your campaign, versatility, and just another stellar job on the paint job, sculpts, and overall design. If you like this video and you want to see more of this, please hit subscribe, share, tell your friends, do it all. I'll give you some extra XP, but until the next time, this is InkdMage saying thanks for watching.